Thanks for checking out Chamber Web TV. This is Cambridge Votes 2014, a conversation with the candidates for the upcoming October 27th municipal election. And I'm Greg DeRoche, your President and CEO of the Cambridge Chamber of Commerce. And it's my pleasure to welcome into our studios here at the Chamber of Commerce, Mr. Brett Hagey, running in Ward 5.
Thank you. Yes,
Brett, you've done this before.
I have done this before. I was in the last election, and I learned a lot. And I learned.
Everybody learns.
Well, you do.
Every time you do something, you learn something.
That's right. This is a learning experience, and I like the fact that anyone can put their name on the ballot if they want to learn more about the electoral
democracy
process.
Wonderful? Democracy is absolutely the best thing
really
ever.
It really is.
I think you're exactly right, and that's what the beauty of it. I always said when I was a municipal councillor that I think it's our obligation to contribute and to at least try it. And running an election is a great experience to have. If you get there, it's even a better experience, but even just running is a great experience.
It really is. It gives you an opportunity to go out and meet people that you normally wouldn't meet.
Mm-hmm.
I love Cambridge and I love my community where I live, but again, you don't get a chance to meet everybody.
I know.
And this is a great opportunity to get together with the groups around that are doing good work for the people at the city of Cambridge. And
well, the Chamber wants to build a whole community. We're not just, a lot of people say, well, you're focused on business, and we're not. We're a community organization. We care about the social fabric as much as we care about the economic fabric, and that's the type of organization we are. But I've got a really tough question for you.
Okay.
Why are you running?
Why am I running? I have a number of reasons. My kids, I think, are my main reason. They're growing up now, and through the years as a parent, you're there to wipe their tears and to give them hugs when they need them. Once they're up and out of high school and doing their own thing, it's tough as a parent to sit in the sidelines and not do anything to help them. By getting into government, I see myself as contributing to their future in a roundabout way. I can help their future indirectly, and at the same time, I can help everyone's future. I want to help create a kind of government that I want my kids to be proud of. And so I've taken that plunge. I want to do what I can for everyone. Yeah.
Perfect. Everybody should, as I said earlier. What do you see as the biggest issue facing Cambridge and other municipalities in Ontario today?
I think, well, we're constantly hearing about the downloading of services from the provincial level to the municipal, as well as the reduction of financial provincial transfers and such. So it's forcing municipalities to become leaner and meaner to do more with less. This is something that a lot of industry went through in the 80s and 90s. We had to make ourselves lean, mean manufacturing machines, or we perish. And I see government, municipal government, as getting to that point too. It's time we really need to look at the dollars and cents, look at what we're doing for the people, see what kind of improvements we can make to the services, and improve the cost effectiveness.
Yeah, because I think a lot of people talk about the fact that, well, they'd like this in their community, like that in their community, and we can't just keep going to the taxpayer and upping their taxes to do it. So
no, exactly. It is a tax burden, and again,
but we need these things. There's some things that we absolutely have to have.
We absolutely do need these things. Infrastructure is one thing. Keeping the roads paved and keeping the toilets flushing is one thing. But again, in the matter of community spirit, we also need to invest in our community, in our community to develop. So it's important. Infrastructure is just as much as important as arts and culture and community development. It's a fine balance, and we really need to take a hard look at our resources and what we have, and really take another look at how we're divesting our investments.
What's the biggest issue in your ward?
In my ward, well, I'll tell you, Greg, let me tell you, there's a 1,200 unit subdivision going into Ward 5. One of the big issues is not necessarily with the additional population. It's got to do with the oncoming pollution that may be affecting the area, in that immediate area. Barry's Lake is it was a well-known marshland up at the north end of Cambridge, and it is in danger of being polluted by further road salt from our road salt pollution going into the wastewater.
Is that the area where it's? Is that in North Dumfries or is that in Cambridge?
It is in North Dumfries. Basically, it's on the edge, right on the edge of Cambridge.
Right on the line.
And how we affect the water in that area, it's going to affect North Dumfries. Now, we've had the provincial government say that it's within acceptable limits. We've had the regional Waterloo say it's within acceptable limits. But truly, how much road salt do we have to put into this ecosystem before we find it collapses? We've had these issues before with other pollutants that have gotten into the environment, and at the time they weren't too concerned about it, but 20 years down the road we found out what the effects were. We don't need nature collapsing around us. We've got to pull on the reins when it comes to the way we as a society pollute the environment. And it's hitting home right now. We have many people in that area that are very concerned about it, and rightly so. And unfortunately, how many options do we have when it comes to using road salt? Really? So this is the...
Well, ask Alberta.
Well, yeah. There are a few alternatives, not many cost-effective as salt. But again, these are the kind of issues that we have to start addressing. You know, not only in Ward 5, but city, province, nationwide. It's an issue that we need to concern ourselves with. Really looking to.
The Chamber, as you know, was opposed to LRT. I think everybody knew that. Nobody at the region paid attention to it, but more particularly, that Cambridge had to pay a share and possibly never, ever see LRT. However, I use that as my rant for this opportunity. The battle's over, it's done, it is what it is. But maybe there's a hope that Cambridge could, with vision, get the LRT here sooner. But it may take some heavy lifting, and that would be heavy lifting out of the politicians, of course, and maybe even the bureaucrats as well.
Yes.
Some out-of-the-box thinking and a stronger, because we have to build that stronger case for need.
Yes.
And that's ridership. So how would you propose moving forward in the best interest of the community as far as that goes?
As far as that goes, I look at the LRT, seeing as it's a done deal, I look at the LRT as a Kitchener-Waterloo affair. Really, it has nothing to do with us. What are we getting? We've got buses. What are we getting now?
Newer buses.
Newer buses.
Yeah.
With a new logo. Okay. And we're expected to pay for this. I see the LRT as a KW initiative. I'd really, if the law permits it, I'd like to see Cambridge contest this by going to the Ontario or the federal government, whoever we have to, and saying, hey, look, this is a KW deal. Get this out of our funding. This is not our issue.
You know what's really interesting, what you probably don't know, many people don't know, is the LRT light rail program was actually a KW program in the beginning. Cambridge was never brought into it. That was before transit was amalgamated.
Yes.
So prior to that, we had Cambridge Transit and they had Kitchener Transit. Well, that was a Kitchener-Waterloo deal. They wanted to do LRT. And then, of course, when the region took over transportation responsibilities, then it became a regional issue.
I see. I was when I was a 20-something student, I relied on Cambridge Transit.
Yeah.
Back in the day, getting to Kitchener was a pain. The fact that we have I-Express is a bonus. I wish they would have had that 30 years when I was
And it's well used, and it's a good service.
It is a good service.
I talk to people that use it all the time who say they were a little bit worried about this because now they won't have I-Express that takes them all the way to Conestoga Mall. They'll have to get on ION and go to Fairview Mall, get off of ION and get on the LRT to get up to Conestoga Mall. So where before they could get on a bus in Ainslie Street and get off at Conestoga Mall.
And with proper time management, you can get anywhere you need it on time.
No, I think it's good.
Let me tell you something, Craig. Back in 2010 when I was in the election, myself and all the candidates in the municipal election at the time were given a questionnaire by a concerned citizens group. Their questions and concerns about the LRT. And at the time, I issued a proposal to the regional. Whereas instead of the design that we have now, I proposed that we make the LRT main terminus be located in Breslau at the airport. And make that the main terminus, run a line between Breslau and Kitchener, Breslau and Waterloo, Breslau and Cambridge. And we could extend those lines in the future out to Ayr, New Hamburg, and Elmira. Also bring a line in from Guelph. Now this would have been able to provide, again, effective transportation needs not only for our region, but for Guelph as well, to start bringing in those people together. By having the terminus at the Breslau airport, it supports more cargo freight for the airport, supports more supports more people using the airline.
Well, it's odd that you should say that because every other LRT that's been built in North America has always stemmed from the airport. So,
really, well, and I think it's logical.
Minneapolis, Minnesota must have been listening to you in 2010 because that's exactly what they've done in Minneapolis, St. Paul. So.
Oh.
Now let's stay on the transportation a little bit. Much has been news about Go Service. Kitchener has limited one-way service right now in the morning and the evening. There's been a commitment by the province. The Premier actually came down and said, two-way, all day is a go for Kitchener. No pun intended. Cambridge has made a good taste, however, substantially lower in cost to do it from Cambridge because we're only 17 kilometers away from the Milton. We're right on the Milton tracks, actually.
Yes. Yeah.
Much more opportunity. However, we'll have to see if Cambridge wins that battle and getting connected first. If we had GO service to Cambridge, what benefits or otherwise do you feel that this might have on Cambridge? Or if you oppose this initiative, what's your argument against it?
Oh, commuters have been clamoring for GO for 20 years in this city.
So you're a supporter of it.
Oh, why are we waiting 20 years?
Yeah, I know.
Exactly.
Do you think we can make the case, though?
I think we can make the case with the right intestinal fortitude. Yes.
And what do we have to do to make the case, though? What do we have to do? Because you said it yourself just a minute ago. For 20 years we've been harping on this.
Yes, yes.
We haven't got it yet.
We haven't got it yet. So we need to develop a friendlier relationship with the powers that be who can help us with this. And of course, that's the government of Ontario. I firmly believe that all levels of government should be cooperating to the full extent for the people. I see no reason why a provincial government should be delaying anything or causing grief for municipality just because it's a wrong political strike. A bunch of nonsense from the municipal.
Well, we got the right political strike now.
We do have the right political strike now, yes.
Maybe we'll see what kind of a difference that makes.
Well, let's hope so.
But so I can put you down as in favor of GO.
Oh, yes.
Attaboy.
Yes.
Where do you see Cambridge in 25 years?
I see Cambridge becoming the metropolis of Cambridge. Long term, I'd like to see the city of Cambridge become a lean, mean civic machine to the point where we can be more cost effective at providing services than the other townships. I'd like to see Cambridge eventually source out all the work for the surrounding townships and eventually Kitchener and Waterloo. And ultimately, I'd like to see the region of Waterloo transformed into a metropolis where we have one common council which represents all the effective wards. We have approximately 50 wards when you put it all together. And if we were governed by one council, supposedly at the regional level or at the metropolitan level, we would have an even distribution of representation throughout the region, or the new metropolis. I would like to see the region of Waterloo transform into a metropolis. It would give us enough...
Cambridge.
Metropolitan Cambridge. Well, I'm sure there's a few people that have a few things to say about that.
That'll be an interesting question on a future ballot, I'm sure.
I think so. I think so.
Brett, you're a techie guy.
I am a techie guy.
You're just like me. You like gadgets and gadgets, and you love technology.
Yes, I do.
This time around, we got online and telephone voting. As you well know, because you've seen my blog,
yes,
I'm a big fan.
Yes.
And I am actually going to take a picture and post it on Facebook of me voting online in my pajamas.
Pajamas? Okay. Glad you said pajamas.
What do you think of online voting and telephone voting?
We're late.
Yeah, I agree. Good man.
We're 11 years late. Markham's been doing it for 2003.
Yeah. You're not afraid of it. You're a techie guy. You know the insecurity of the internet as well as the security of the internet.
Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
And in reality, do we have to worry about that a whole lot?
I really don't think we have to. No. There's going to be hackers out there. They're going to try,
sure,
of course.
Yeah.
But the procedures that I understand it to this point essentially provides a two-way verification process. We'll get into details. But from what I've seen, I see it as an effective way of identifying each individual voter. Yes. So, technical hiccups aside, I love this idea. I wish it could have happened sooner, but great, sooner. Yeah. Later is better than never. And I am so glad that we're actually finally going to do this. I think it's going to make us a difference. I don't know what kind of significant difference. Wait and see.
Let's hope.
Let's hope.
Let's hope. Because voter engagement is critically important to you and I as a citizen.
Yes.
As well as it is of an interested party.
Yes.
We want more people to express their opinion because then we know we get it right.
We certainly do. And one thing that I'm doing great to help get the word out is a group of us candidates got together with an idea. We wanted to develop an online town hall forum for people who can connect with the webcams. Oh, you've seen it?
Of course, I'm a lurker. You know that, I told you that. I'm watching all of that stuff.
Well, yeah, again, I do run my own computer company,
Yep.
Hagey Computer, and we've set up a website at hageycomputer.com/townhall. And it's an experiment in social interaction. We've got candidates for the municipal election coming on board discussing their policies and what they want to do if they get elected, as well as we're bringing up the topics that affect Cambridge, the taxes, the water billing software, the take your pick, zoning issues, and what have you. It's an open forum.
It's a great place for candidates to certainly air, and you save it to YouTube.
Save it to YouTube. Yes, it's being streamed through YouTube, and people can watch the shows afterwards. We've got 4 shows on there now, and we've been kind of ad-libbing as we go. We're looking for a good,
Maybe
moderator.
I'll come on and shake it up someday.
Well, you can play moderator for us. How's that? So sure,
I'd
come
love
on
to do that. Brett, any last comments you want to say to the voters of your ward, Ward 5, the west, by the way, the west side of Galt?
I guess it is the west side of Galt.
Yeah, kind of. The Ward 8, I think, does spill over into a little bit, but
Yeah, there's a little bit of a mishmash.
but
there.
predominantly it's the west side.
Predominantly, it's
What do you want to say to the
What do I
people
want to say
who
to the
are
west side?
thinking about who they're going to vote for?
Well, folks, vote for somebody. That's what matters. We've got to get more people out in the voting booths, and right at this point in time, as much as I would love to say, come and vote for me, I would love your vote. I would appreciate your vote, because there's a lot of things that I want to do for the city, most notably in the technology department. I want to get more transparency and accountability out of City Hall, and to the people in Ward 5 especially, we've had some issues with, well, for example, traffic construction, running late. Look into issues like that. We need to look at the people that are doing the contracting our works, contracting our roadworks, and make sure that they are staying on contract and on time, because this is a big hassle for people. Regular infrastructure maintenance. And I've had people in Ward 5 express their concerns about it, that we're going to be getting more, and it always seems to be a hassle. So to the people of Ward 5, yes, what I want to do is I want to bring your concerns to council and get those concerns resolved. We've had issues concerning, again, the road salt pollution in the area, the changing of the roads, which is leading to some concerns for residents. There's going to be some issues with traffic that we have to look at in the long term because of the new subdivision going in there. So the traffic issues, the pollution issues, those are two major concerns that I want to see taken care of for the people of Ward 5.
Terrific. Ladies and gentlemen, there it is, Brett Hagey, running for City Council in Ward 5. I want to remind you, first of all, I want to thank you once again for clicking through to Chamber Web TV and Cambridge Votes 2014. But I also want to remind you that there is the availability for online and telephone voting from October the 11th to October the 25th. Or you can wait and you can actually walk in and vote in person on October the 27th. But do me one favor. Please do exercise your right to vote. Brett, thanks very much.
Thank you very much.
All the best in the election.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.